Jazz 91.7 FM, KRTU.
Well, I think there's a lot of great music happening. I think it's just a matter of getting people to go check it out. I mean, I think San Antonio is kind of primarily known for, in terms of rock circles, being like sort of a heavy metal community of heavy metal appreciators, and I mean, there's definitely a sense of loyalty and like almost like a strange sense of purpose that musicians have here that's a little different than other places in Texas that I've noticed. But one thing that I think it is genuine for sure. I think like people aren't here to play music to make it big or become well known across the United States or. If you go to somewhere like Austin or San Francisco or New York, isn't even like, I don't even consider that a city that you can talk about the music scene, because it's just a scene for everything, So that's kind of the extreme. Same with LA. I mean, because I can talk about different genres too. How you go to New York and see the greatest jazz musicians in the world, and but same for rock and roll, because a lot of people who contributed to rock and roll over the last 4 decades live there. So if they're still alive. So anyway, as far as it compares to here, I mean, there's a lot of history, like, but a lot of it is around more of like the Chicano soul and music from Mexico and music it's South Texas. There is this really interesting thing where the music is such a part of the history here, but yet it somewhat goes unrecognized across the rest of the United States.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just kind of an improvisational choice here. I don't always have an idea of exactly where I'm going with it, but I think that's the beauty of it when you don't know you have to improvise, like music.
For me, it's just about getting more people to listen to the station. I think there's a lot of people who don't even know about KRTU who would dig it, who would appreciate what we're doing here. They just don't know it exists. But what I appreciate about KRTU is we actually have, not only jazz but the indie rock overnight, and I think that's a really cool thing, because those are two completely different styles of music or genres of music that at the same time, when you put those things together, it kind of loops them together in the same sense as to say music is music.
Charlie Rouse here on Jazz 91.7 FM. We're going to close out the hour with music from Jimmy Rushing. It's James Rushing with Buck Clayton and his orchestra. He went to New Orleans, Chicago, Kansas City, and New York. Here he is in New York with Old Fashioned Love on KRTU. KRTU.